Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just streamed the Battlefield 6 reveal for 7 hours. This is going to be kind of a quick and dirty video because I want to get this out quickly. I know you guys are really wanting to hear my thoughts on this. First of all, I want to thank you guys so much for the unbelievable support. Dude, I can't even, I don't have the vocabulary to even properly, express this. It's just insane. The chat was moving so fast I couldn't even read it. I think we smashed my viewer record by something like 10,000 viewers or something. Peaked at like 15,000 combined. You guys are just insane. Thank you so much for that. That was just incredible. So right now I'm going to give you guys my immediate sort of unfiltered thoughts about Battlefield 6, what I saw. And yes, some of you guys in the comment sections were right. I have been in Battlefield Labs for the past 6 to 7 weeks. I can talk about it. They lifted that part of the NDA. However, I cannot speak about anything else that happens after today. So no new things, only old things. I don't have experience on the build they played at the creator event, which looked much improved compared to what I was playing. So I can give some firsthand feedback on some things, but other things I can only give you my feedback on what I saw with my eyes. So number one thing that I just want to point out really quickly before I go over all of this other individual stuff is the problems with Battlefield 6 are so easily fixed. The game, especially in the build that the creators are playing, was in really a pretty remarkable state, and I am kind of still in disbelief. Like, I look at it, I'm like, is this some sort of rug pull? Like, are they going to show us the real game? But what I mean by their problems are so easily fixed is if you take a look at games like Battlefield 2042 that just have fundamental unfixable problems, like the maps just being horrible because of 128 players, 128 players being a problem in general, the gunplay being too beamy at the start of the game, the mouse input being broken, all this stuff, right? You really just can't even do anything. The game's in such a bad state, but that really doesn't appear to be the case in Battlefield 6. Like, the problems that I was seeing, okay, the shotguns in Battlefield 6 are overpowered. You nerf the shotguns. Oh, people are complaining about the time to kill. Okay, knock time to kill down a notch. When I was playing in the builds of Battlefield Labs, I did think the time to kill was super, super fast. In fact, I did some calculations, and Battlefield 6's TTK right now is faster than Battlefield 3. So Battlefield 6, as of right now, based on, the data that I actually did, is the fastest Battlefield time to kill of all time. I think the game could do with just turning time to kill down just one notch, very slightly, then I think it's on point. I was watching Silk. Some of you may watch Silk. He's an Australian YouTuber, fly around in helis and jets. It's very clear to me that vehicle balance right now is not very good. Helicopters get 4-shot killed by the jet's main gun, and jet dogfights are over in an instant because jets are insta-killed by each other. So I think vehicles need a balance pass overall. But my point here is, these problems are fixable. Very easily fixable, actually. And this makes me so happy. And yes, before people ask me in the comment section, when I played in Battlefield Labs, the mouse input works. In fact, it works very well. It feels really damn good, and I'm so happy to be able to say that. Now, I'm just going to sort of quick fire off a bunch of different things that I observed during the gameplay. For me personally, the movement of Battlefield 6 in this current build looks spot on. I mean, I'm talking about, I don't know if they could have done it any better. It really is just that in that sweet spot. And I saw some people mauling and crying and sobbing their eyes out, saying, oh, we hate the slide, we hate the jump peak, we hate this, that, and the other. I'm going to drop a truth nuke on you guys, and I need you guys to take me seriously for 5 seconds, okay? The movement in Battlefield 6 is not in any way, shape, or form overpowered at all. Like I said, I think it hits that sweet spot perfectly. Jump peaking isn't overpowered. It's actually quite slow in the third-person animation and very easily hittable, and you have to take the TTK of the game into consideration as well. If someone's jump peaking you, you can literally just instantly kill them nearly before they touch the ground. On top of that, when you jump peak, you do have some ADS sway, but it isn't as bad as it was in previous Labs builds that made it pretty much unplayable. So I'm very happy to report they really did seem to reach a good balance of movement, in my opinion. The slide looks useful, but it doesn't look overpowered. The combat roll to avoid fall damage from Battlefield 5 is back in the game. Crouch sprinting is back in the game. So I just think overall the movement of Battlefield 6 is almost as perfect as they're gonna get it. I do not think it should be nerfed in any way. From my experience in Battlefield Labs, they already reduced the sprint speed. The game actually used to be faster, believe it or not. And from my personal experience playing Battlefield Labs and using this movement, you can't spam it. It is nothing like Battlefield 2042. You can't get away with crazy stuff. You have to time it perfectly. It takes skill. It takes good aim. And generally speaking, there's a skill gap, but it isn't that insane of a skill gap. You know what I mean? It's not like 2042 where you can just, use a grapple hook and grapple up to a building and crouch spam on a roof and then bunny hop away. It's not anything like that. So if you're freaking out about the movement, I sincerely urge you to play the game first, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And keep in mind, this is the last thing I'm just going to say about movement real quick. The game's TTK is going to be blisteringly fast. If they nerf movement too much, you will have the most insane head glitch fest you'll ever see in your life. Nobody will move in this game if there isn't some form of decent movement. Another thing that I noticed during gameplay is apparently the sweet spot mechanic from Battlefield 1 is back on snipers. I watched a Stade short that claims that this is still in the game. If the sweet spot mechanic is in Battlefield 6, my opinion is very simple on this. Remove it from the game. Sweet spots are not skill-based. They're not fun to die to. It is basically just an accidental kill because the guy you're shooting at just happens to be a certain distance away from you. So I think that is the solution there. If the sweet spot mechanic is still in the game, I think you just delete it from the game. In terms of maps, I've only personally played 2. I played Capstone and I played... God, what was that other one? But I played 2 of the maps. In my opinion, guys, these are pretty damn good maps, I have to say. They are better than almost everything in Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield 5, for certain. Obviously, we have to wait and see what the rest of these maps are going to play like. On top of the Battle Royale, which they teased today, they only showed a little bit of it, and they only showed a little bit of the campaign, but I'm getting off topic here. I want to talk about what I saw and just everything about the game. I guess let's talk time to kill. In my opinion, the time to kill is a little bit fast. Like I said, just based off of my calculations and experience with Battlefield, it is the fastest average time to kill Battlefield game ever created. I think it could do with just knocking it down ever so slightly, just by a notch. I don't want people to get beamed instantaneously across the map like I saw some people get in the playtest today at the creator event. One thing that I'm super happy to report on is a lot of people were pointing out that Assault in this creator event had access to dual primary weapons. Total FPS commented on Reddit that this is not the case moving forward. This will be removed and has been removed. So double Assault primary weapons is not a concern at all. Just want to reiterate again, the mouse input works in the game, right? It actually works. It feels completely different to Battlefield 2042. And God, I just have to say, 2042, what a fucking disgraceful piece of shit. All right, see, I'm sorry if that comes off maybe as like, oh my God, whoa, he's talking about the game and he just starts flaming 2042. But no, it really does piss me off because 4 years I've played Battlefield 2042 and not a single time the game has felt good. The game has never felt good or enjoyable. And it's just so nice to sit down and play Battlefield 6 and Battlefield Labs in the playtests that I've experienced and just know that I don't have to worry about the game feeling like ass anymore. So that's just fantastic. In terms of gunplay, the gunplay to me looks most similar to Battlefield 2042, but just a less accurate version of Battlefield 2042's gunplay. However, it's still very accurate. I would still love for them to take a more Battlefield 3/Battlefield 4 burst firing approach to gunplay. Maybe they're just trying to make the game more accessible by making the gunplay easier. I don't really know if that's a good idea because, again, the time to kill is super fast, and it does appear that weapons can reach out to quite a distance right now. In my experience playing the game, I could easily kill people with full auto weapons out to at least 60 to 80 meters, but it's certainly not as bad as 2042's gunplay was at launch, with beaming people out to 100, 120, even 150 meters with freaking ARs and LMGs. That was not happening in Battlefield 6. One thing that I found pretty concerning is there is an ammo attachment that increases your headshot multiplier damage. I don't think ammo that changes headshot multiplier should be a thing at all, because in my opinion, it just makes it a must-pick attachment. It's literally too good not to use, and this was a problem in previous Labs builds. They have since removed one of the ammo types that increases your headshot multiplier, but they left one of them in, and that's always a confusing decision for me. I think you either have both of them in the game, or you just remove both of them, because again, it becomes a must-pick attachment. You have to increase your headshot multiplier to get more damage if other people are using it. Otherwise, you're just choosing, hey, I want less damage. I want my gun to do less headshot damage. So in my opinion, they just need to remove this ammo type entirely that affects headshot multipliers. Headshot multipliers should be set in the game. You should not be able to change them. People were asking me about what I thought about aim assist. Aim assist to me appeared not as overpowered as Call of Duty. It appeared fine. I was watching some Call of Duty pros, and they actually echoed the same thing. They said it felt like somewhere in the middle ground, right? It's not overpowered and it's not weak. It just felt sort of locked in or clean, as some guy described it. And if that's how the game is, that's how the game is, and I'm totally fine with it. It certainly didn't look like Call of Duty level aim assist, which I have to say, thank God for that. I touched on this a bit in the previous part of the video, but vehicle versus vehicle combat definitely needs a balance pass. Everything is insta-killing everything else. It's completely out of whack. This is very, very obvious. This should be changed, hopefully, before release. Problem areas I saw really focus on the air vehicles. This is jet versus helicopter, helicopter versus jet, jet versus jet, and everything else in between. I didn't get to see much tank gameplay, so I'm not sure how much tank versus tank balance needs to be changed or changed at all. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section, but air vehicles definitely need a balance pass. Something else that needs a balance pass appears to be shotguns. Shotguns seem to be pretty irritating. I saw everybody using them once everyone else figured out they were overpowered, so that needs to be addressed. Again, very obvious changes. And then I am personally slightly worried about deployable cover being spammed everywhere. I saw Music and Ravik using it to just incredible effect, blocking doorways, you know, blocking staircases, all this sort of stuff. It just seemed interesting. However, I don't know if it's going to be a problem. I did play against deployable cover a lot in Battlefield 2042 with Irish, and I never thought it was a problem, so maybe this is a non-issue. I just want to cap this video off by saying, man, if this isn't Battlefield being back, I don't know what is, really. I really think this is going to be the game that finally gets us out of the fucking trenches, guys. I can say that I'm personally excited for the first time in probably 6 or 7 damn years, which is it's just been too long, man. It's been too long waiting for a good Battlefield game, and I really feel like we have a good one finally on our hands. I just hope going forward, DICE makes some really obvious correct decisions, and then, dude, I mean, I'm ready to fucking get my hands on Battlefield 6 and play the game and actually enjoy playing Battlefield again. So, just wanted to get this very quick and dirty first impressions video out. I'm going to have a live reaction video and everything else regarding Battlefield 6 out very soon. Again, I want to thank you guys so much, and if you do want to follow Battlefield 6, this is a channel for you. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, all that great stuff. All links are in the description. I will have more videos out for you guys very soon. Keep an eye on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.